This is TWiT.
Leo,
Yes?
you'll be glad to know that chess is safe.
I actually know a little bit about this, but I'd like to hear what the story is. Yeah.
So in their blog posting titled Checkmate, Checkpoint Research exposes security vulnerabilities on chess.com. They describe how they discovered, reported, and helped fix vulnerabilities in the popular chess.com platform. Now, for those who don't know, chess.com is the world-leading platform for online chess games with over 100 million members and more than 17 million games played per day. I thought that ratio was interesting. 100 million members, 17 million games per day.
Yeah.
So it functions as an internet chess server, a news website, and a social networking platform with a strong focus on community building, community-based forums and blogs, which allow players to connect with each other, socialize, share thoughts and experiences, and learn from each other about playing chess. Chess.com also conducts global championships, which consists of prize money to the tune of $1 million for the winner and the coveted Chess.com Global Champion title. So, Checkpoint decided to take a close look into the functioning of chess.com because there had been some allegations of cheating in the past. What did they find? They found a number of ways that the communications with the site could be manipulated to cheat. They discovered that it was possible to win by decreasing the opponent's time and winning the game over time, without the opponent noticing what had happened. They also discovered that it was possible to extract successful chess moves to solve online puzzle challenges and win puzzle ratings. To do this, they intercepted the communications between the client side, the player, and the server, the chess.com website. What they discovered was that the server was accidentally sending the correct solution to the puzzle.
Oh, I could use that.
To the client side.
Okay.
And that allowed a cheating client to abuse and cheat on puzzle championships, in which the winner gets prize money, by simply submitting the correct moves that the server was inadvertently providing. And also, it was possible to modify, in that case also, the elapsed time it took to consider the solution. And finally, they discovered that in communication between two friends on the platform, after approving the friend's request to connect, an attacker or somebody, taking an attacker role is able to intercept the request with a proxy tool and succeed in both manipulating game timing, which allows a quick win, and in solving a puzzle, which raises his score and the value on the platform. So the good news is today, thanks to Checkpoint's work, the game of chess, as played at chess.com, is safer and fairer than ever before.
I like the because, in fact, most chess.com cheating and most online cheating in chess has nothing to do with a hack.
Right.
It just has to do with me having my Stockfish chess game running at the same time on my phone as I'm on chess.com and entering the moves in. And that, unfortunately, is not a hack. That's a little harder to fight. Actually, it's fascinating to see how they fight it because there
is deep learning at chess.com.
Yeah, well, the way you do it is chess computers calculate the current balance of the game in centipawns, 1/100th of a pawn, right? And among two human players, the lead change is much more variable in centipawns. Might be 100 or 200 centipawns and then up and down and up and down. But when a machine plays, it's a fairly linear gain of centipawns. You don't have the same variations. And so it is a little easier to spot a machine player because it doesn't make the same mistakes that humans do. Humans blunder. And so if a machine never blunders, and then there's other ways to tell. They play lines that are kind of more machine-like, although that's getting harder and harder because as they get better and better, they look more and more like humans. but really they play too well. That's the easiest way to spot them.
Right.
And for instance, there's been a big scandal. A super grandmaster named Hans Niemann has been accused of cheating because his rating went up normally fairly steadily and suddenly soared in a very unusual way. And furthermore, his results in games where he's over the board and there are measures taken to prevent cheating, his results are not nearly as good.
And he was actually playing against Magnus, wasn't he?
Magnus lost a game to him, which is very rare. Magnus is easily the best player in the world. Lost a game to him, and then you can't accuse somebody of cheating. That's not allowed. So he intimated,
and not very sportsmanlike.
Yeah. So he intimated there was something not kosher, and that got the investigation going. And then in the second game with him, he resigned after one move to kind of further indicate his displeasure. There's been investigations since. There's no conclusive evidence that Neiman cheated, but there's a lot of circumstantial evidence.
Well, and it's also really interesting that when he's in an environment where he cannot receive any help,
right,
he's not playing as well.
So the single thing that they did was they delayed the broadcast. So normally it's streamed live. And so a accomplice at home could be watching the game live and somehow, we don't know how, transmit the
communicating
move.
back to him.
But if they delayed the broadcast by 15 minutes, suddenly his results aren't as good. So it's a little suspicious. It's unknown, really, frankly.
Yeah.
And now Magnus has stopped playing in the World Championship. He said, I don't want to play anymore. So it's chess.
Computers.
When computers got that good, we thought that's it for chess, and it's turned out no. There's been some issues, but humans still like playing. They even like playing against machines, as good as they are.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, that's a really nice iPhone you have there. You totally picked the right color. Hey, since you do use an iPhone and maybe use an iPad or an Apple Watch or an Apple TV, well, you should check out iOS Today. It's a show that I, Micah Sargent, and my co-host Rosemary Orchard host every Tuesday right here on the TWiT network. It covers all things iOS, tvOS, HomePodOS, watchOS, iPadOS. It's all the OSs that Apple has on offer, and we love to give you tips and tricks about making the most of those devices, checking out great apps and services, and answering your tech questions. I hope you check it out.